Science project ever lead to the end of the world.
An enormous earthquake or a massive volcano eruption or asteroids smashing into the earth, will that happen?
The massive gas line ruptures, could it happen in your neighborhood?
Marijuana, could it be in your neighborhood?
So-called dirty bombs spewing toxic gas and radiation.
Is America ready?
Is the U.S. next?
Is America dangerously underprepared?
The flip-flop is the new sneaker, but behind this sandal lurks serious danger.
And if you think you're immune, you better think again.
Obama's plan is going to kill you.
Not only lack of sleep that could kill you, it's sleeping too much.
A town in California is insisting that every second grader learns about gay penguins.
Starting in the 1980s, really under President Reagan, we started deregulating the media industry in the United States. And the same people who hung their hat on the mantle of family values were the same people who deregulated the media industry. The chairman of the FCC, Mark Fowler in those days, referred to the television set as just another piece of hardware, and therefore it should be regulated or not regulated in the same way that toasters are or washing machines. But you're talking about images and messages that shape our entire society, our culture, and to cut back on the regulatory structure that oversees that led to a lot of unforeseen consequences when it came to messages and images for young people, particularly for girls and young women. What you saw was more and more content, fewer and fewer limits on that content, and a lessening of standards. By the time you got to the Telecom Act of 1996, you had a chance to potentially re-regulate, if you will, the media industry. But in fact, that did not happen.
We have huge corporate conglomerations controlling television, radio, cable, newspapers, movie theaters, theme parks, huge amount of power in this country. And most of these conglomerates really operate with an eye focused on the bottom line, not on fair and balanced reporting.
Rumor is going to
You have Fox News and Bill O'Reilly developing an entire strategy to corner the market in sensationalistic news just to sell ads, get eyeballs, etc. And then all the other major news outlets on cable trying to compete so that who gets to shout the loudest becomes a standard for news practice.
I could be delivering the same script with the same graphics in the same studio, wearing the same thing, but on 2 different days, I could be delivering it like this, or I could be delivering it like this. And if I'm delivering it like this, I'm going to get double the rating. Okay, so that's why people yell.
I think you're a good comedian. I think your lectures are boring. Let me ask you a question on the news.
No, this is theater. I mean, it's obvious.
No,
how old are you?
35.
And you wear a bow tie.
Yeah, I do. I do.
So this is.
No, I know.
So
you're right. No, let me just go. No, come on.
And listen, I'm not suggesting that you're not a smart guy, because those are not easy to tie. But the thing is that you're doing theater when you should be doing debate, which would be great.
No, it's
not honest. What you do is not honest. What you do is partisan hackery. And I'll tell you why I know it.
You have John Kerry on your show, and you sniff his throne, and you're accusing us of partisan hackery?
Absolutely.
You've got to be kidding, man.
You're on CNN. The show that leads into me is puppets making crank phone calls. What is wrong with you?
Well, I'm just saying.
15 years ago, it would have been unthinkable for Britney Spears' panties to be a breaking headline on CNN.
I want to lead with the Paris Hilton story. What's happening with Paris?
My producer, Andy Jones, is not listening to me. He's put it as the lead. Listen, I just don't believe in covering that story, especially not as the lead story in a newscast when you have a day like today.
Can we show some footage of Paris? Do we have Paris walking out
no, we can't.
Last night?
Joe, no. I'm going to do the news now.
I haven't thrown that. There she is. Oh,
look at that strut.
So sweet. Oh, look at that. She's
That's
so
a
humble.
reformed woman.
Yeah, she's reformed.
She's shy.
All right, to the news
she found
now.
Jesus.
Just months after Telecom 96 passed, Access Hollywood debuted and E! News debuted. These are two of the most sort of fat-shaming infotainment outlets we have today, where they follow around women who have eaten a muffin and then circle their stomachs with graphics and point to them and say, baby bump, are they pregnant? That, you know, oh, no, sorry, she just ate a bagel.
After photos of the singer performing in her trademark Daisy Duke jean shorts showed off an unflattering belly bulge, Jess's reps were forced to publicly state she is not pregnant.
This notion that these media companies are just giving us what the public wants. No. They're giving us what the media companies want, they're giving us what the advertisers want, and they're packaging it in such a way as to make it sound like it's our fault, and it's not.
We sit watching our TVs while some local newscaster tells us that today we had 15 homicides and 63 violent crimes, as if that's the way it's supposed to be. We know things are bad, worse than bad. They're crazy. It's like everything everywhere is going crazy, so we don't go out anymore. We sit in the house, and slowly the world we're living in is getting smaller, and all we say is, please, at least leave us alone in our living rooms. Let me have my toaster and my TV and my steel-belted radios, and I won't say anything. Just leave us alone. Well, I'm not going to leave you alone. I want you to get mad.